with Sharon Hanshaw from the Gulf Coast to talk about the experiences of human rights. And even when the State Department was starting their on-site consultations, they said, well, we can't talk about human rights in the United States and not go to the Gulf Coast. And so we wanted to start with Sharon.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Sharon Hanshaw. Thank you. I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi. Do I need this too?
Sure.
Okay. I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi. I must say, I have to thank the U.S. Human Rights Network for having me in this space, because it's like you're at home, you have their support, but to come to Geneva and to express the need of the people is beyond words. I can't tell you how appreciative I am, because that's, I'm telling 1,000, 2,000 people's stories, and that's very appreciative, and I really thank you all for having me here. I must begin by telling you that I'm a native of Biloxi, Mississippi. I was a cosmetologist for 21 years, just to let y'all know just a little history, not too long, and Hurricane Katrina hit. And from Hurricane Katrina, just sped my life into this whirlwind of activism. I had no choice but to step up and try to make sure that our voices were heard in the recovery process now and in the future. So when we think about Hurricane Katrina and the devastation that it brought, 90% of the infrastructure of the communities at large in Mississippi was just not there anymore. And to think that the local municipalities and the government at large would be like, well, let's help these people get something going because there's nothing here. That didn't happen. We had to fight for ourselves. To the displaced residents, the displaced communities that had to leave because the home was destroyed, they could have came back sooner and faster if the local government and the local municipality just would have rebuilt communities and not rebuild casinos and brought developers in to build casinos and new tourism avenues, which I'm not against jobs and economic development, but homes come first, people come first, and people didn't come first. When I think about the young women that came to us, where can I go? Where can I stay? Where can I work? Where can my children? And there was so much coming at us, it was like, what can we do? How can we start this off? And so the first thing we did was did a survey. And out of the survey, we found out that most of these women, and fathers too, needed a place for their children while they tried to find work. So we started in-home child care, and it was totally on the other end of town. The dynamics is really weird. It's like maybe 30 minutes away. Where they lived on the east side, they had to take their children to the west side because there was nothing on the east side, you know? And to start that process, I knew then that we had to do something different. So while we're doing all this, trying to network and trying to get ourselves together, we knew we had to become a body of people united. So what we did was started talking together, the women started meeting and started discussing, what do we want to see our community look like in the future, since we know this has happened to us, so we have to do something else. So the first thing we did was start meeting and started meeting at the local municipality, let them know that we wanted economic development, we want our seniors back, and we want our displaced individuals to have homes to come back to. But the affordable homes just never came fast enough. And it's still not enough to this day. So now I'm going to fast forward to what's going on right now. We have this oil spill, BP oil spill that's there. And when you're doing hurricane preparedness, then people know what they should do about the hurricane preparedness, and then you have an oil spill on top of it. You really don't know how to address it, because it's like, okay, I know what to do for hurricane preparedness because we partner with Red Cross, we partner with Salvation Army, and we partner with communities at large to know what to do in case of. But now, it have us thinking of any devastation, we need to be ready, prepared. And when that oil spill came through and people started losing their jobs, the dynamics is like 85% African American, 20% Vietnamese, and 10% white. And the Vietnamese were predominantly of the fishing community. And they had no language. The VP didn't even put Vietnamese language nowhere in their position to say, I'm going to help. So it was like that. We had to try to get that in place. And then we have these individuals that are working for restaurants and are just doing entrepreneurship at best, going fishing just to take care of their families. Well, they're not even addressed at all. So when you talk about how can we rebuild as a country and we still have people in poverty, it's a major step to think about how can we do this together. So I'm very happy that I'm at this setting so people can galvanize with this and help and give us resources to build as a world, not just as the Gulf Coast region. I know I only have 5 minutes, so if you have questions after, you all can ask me questions later because it's long and lengthy. Thank you.